Leyton Orient Women's Football Club. The O's had hoped to be lighting up the FA Women's National League this season, but due to government restrictions, many of their games have been postponed. After a run of 5 matches unbeaten, the league has been suspended. The girls have been forced to swap the training ground for Zoom sessions, and the fans want to know, what has the experience been like for them? So we found out. Welcome to Lockdown Orient.
Welcome to episode 4 of Lockdown Orient. That's the Leyton Orient Women's podcast. My name is Xavi Bird. To my right is Nick Clay. Hopefully he edits himself into that position. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Xavi. Pleasure as always to be here.
Brilliant. And we are joined today by Hayley Barton and Lisa Holmbeck.
Hi, my name's Hayley Barton. I am a winger at Leyton Orient Women's team. For a living, I am a director at a charity, and outside of football, I enjoy spending time with friends and family, walking my dog, and my favourite Orient moment has to be the Crawley Wasps Cup final where we sealed the treble.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Holmbeck and I play centre midfielder for Leyton Orient's Women's Football Club. And except for playing football, I work in the construction industry as a quantity surveyor. And on my spare time, I love to go back home to Sweden, to visit my friends, my family. My favourite memory moment playing for Leyton Orient. I'm not sure if this is off the pitch or on the pitch. However, I almost played for them for almost 4 years, so I can't really pick one. It's too many.
How's your lockdown going at the moment?
Lockdown 3 is okay. Tag sessions are certainly keeping us fit. Last night was absolute hell. But yeah, I don't know. There's not a huge amount to look forward to. Definitely, it'd just be good to have an idea as to when games might restart and we can go back to training. So yeah, it largely feels like life revolves around work, food, and going for a run.
What was specifically bad about last night, Hayley?
At some point in the last couple of weeks, they've decided that we need to add some competition to these sessions. Most of that's competition with ourselves, but I mean, I'm just a real sucker for that. So it was just simply squats, and you just had to do as many as you could in a minute. You think that's it, but then you do another exercise, and then it's like, right, you've got to do as many squats as you can in a minute again, -1. And it just went, there's about
then again, like never ending.
So, like, as much as I just want to cruise, I can see everyone else busting their gut in the corner of my eye, and I'm just like, so yeah, basically left this room like waddling last night. The week before it was like arms, like my arms, I couldn't use them for days.
Yeah, same. We've been doing it a lot for the arms. Now I couldn't even take my headphones out because I couldn't get my hands there. And that was for like 2 weeks now. We're doing loads of arms exercise for some reason. Not sure what we need that for football.
How are they making that competitive? Who's winning here?
It's not me.
Is it who can walk the least at the end of it? And are you guys keeping in touch, outside of the training as well?
Yeah, there's a bit of chat on WhatsApp. It can be really busy some days and quieter other days. The team are really good at like sharing runs and just what people have been up to. It's if you've done nothing that day, it's definitely a motivator. So that's quite good. And I know Eggs arranged a few sort of team socials. We've got one on Sunday. So it's just a bit more of a relaxed get together on Zoom.
And is that already? What happens on a team social, or is that what happens in a team social stays in a team social?
I think last time we we followed Naomi into Tesco for her daily shopping.
Talk us through a shop in the life of Naomi Ogunde.
Yeah, I think she was going for a vegetarian, wasn't she? I can't really remember. Tofu, I think it was on the list.
I was quite sad afterwards, though. It sounded exciting.
I like the idea of her timing. I like the idea of her timing her Tesco shop exactly when the social knows. She knows, and she's like, "I'm going to provide the in-house entertainment today. It'll be me." How did you get into football, Hayley?
I think just through school. So my granddad is a massive West Ham fan, so I was converted at quite a young age to West Ham, and just really loved watching them, going to the trainings and stuff, and then so just started playing at school, but there was no real sort of opportunity beyond that. So I didn't really the sort of odd games, and I played a little bit for sort of a local team, but I was doing athletics at the time as well, sort of when I was younger. So it wasn't probably until I was 16, 17 that I really sort of got into football and tried to take it a bit more seriously. And then, that sort of petered off a little bit when I went to uni. I had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with playing football.
No, I was just going to say, at what point then, kind of post-uni, did you pick it back up? Was there a way that you found your way back in? Did you just kind of re-find your love for it, or did someone encourage you to kind of pick it back up?
Yeah, I was someone I was working with, she played in like a friendly team in Clapham Common, which was like, come along. We lost 9-1, like it was a proper friendly game. We lost 9-1, but it was perhaps one of the most enjoyable games of football I've ever played. And I played with them for a little while, and I guess it just, and then sort of realised like, I could probably play a little bit higher than sort of friendly on Clapham Common. So I think I don't know if it was it. I think then I started looking for a team and found Leyton Orient, which was kick at the time.
But how did you kind of find football growing up in Sweden? Is there a big women's football kind of in Sweden? Is it big over there?
Yes. So I'm pretty surprised when I speak to people over here, because Leyton Orient, what I've experienced, we have a lot of support around the team, within the team. It's this big thing here, and just the leagues. It's just like a lot of promotion, and it's massive. So that's why I find it very not interesting, but surprisingly, stories like Hayley, she played at school and it's like no girls teams and stuff like that. My grandma played football. My mum, I'm from a tiny town. It's not in a town, it's a village. It's not even 5,000 people living there. And when my mum was young, I think they had like 5 different women's teams that you can play for. So it's very different. Listen to some people here that didn't even have girls teams when they grew up, and they're not that old like my grandma. She's like my age, so it's quite surprising to hear that not long ago it wasn't really a big thing here.
Okay, so now it's time to watch some football. This is my favorite bit every week. I love watching these goals from the players who we have on. So we're going to our virtual action review as ever with Hayley and Lisa this week. We're taking a trip down memory lane. We're going to look at some of your finest moments. And the first game that we have is both of you are involved. So Hayley scored the goal. This is in the Isthmian Cup final against Ashford Town. And Orient ran away with it 1-2-0. But this is the first goal. And Lisa and Hayley, as I say, both involved. So we're going to get your guys' reactions to it. So Lisa, do you want to talk us through first the assist, and then Hayley, you can talk us through the finish? So it starts on the left, and then Lisa, the vision here is amazing. How did you even see Hayley on the right? Did you just know she was going to be there?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I wasn't thinking. I knew. Yeah, I knew it.
I don't even have to look.
Yeah, but sometimes when you don't have I don't know what it is, but if I have time to think, it never ends well. But if you just take the touch and pass it, And I know Hayley should be there, and yeah, she was there.
Luckily, Hayley knew it was coming. Hayley, so I mean, it's a lovely finish. It's delicate. The chip. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a perfectly weighted pass from Lisa, which immediately made me feel more nervous. So like, do not mess this up. I'm not convinced it was as clinical finish as the video makes it look.
It's clinical if it goes in, surely.
It was good, and it's always great to see a goal sort of come all the way from the back. Just go from one end to the other so quick. I think you just see us all kind of move from basically our 18-yard box, and so many of us got forwards. It paid off. We won the game.
And the next goal that we have was actually won goal of the season. Hayley, it's your goal, which I believe again Lisa assisted. So quite the team that you guys, quite the partnership that you guys have set up. And it's against Norwich City at Brisbane Road. So this is at the men's stadium. What a time to score goal of the season, by the way. And it featured in Carrie Dunn's Pride of Lionesses. So, even more to kind of say for it. And it's quite a special goal. So I'll let Hayley take us through it.
Yeah, we had a very good little midfield triangle going on there. And again, like perfect ball from Lisa.
You can't tell me this time, Hayley, that the video doesn't do that justice.
That is definitely by far the best goal I've ever scored.
I feel like we could have done that bit without even looking and just hearing Lisa go, that's enough. That's enough. People could have just heard that and gone, yes, that goal's good.
You've absolutely sent that defender. Sent her packing. She's basically off the pitch. It's brilliant, honestly. It's just the wherewithal to cut back. Like, what was going through your head? Did you think I'm going to cut back, or was it just instinct?
Yeah, all game she'd been jumping in, and I was just like, I knew straight away. I was like, I'll cut back. The only downside to that was it puts me on my left foot. But there's like once a season my left foot will come up good. And thankfully it was
didn't look like that was a problem there.
No, but I feel like I've tried to recreate that goal a few times since, and it's not happening.
It's actually worked against you.
It's just
encouraged me to keep trying it.
Got to keep it for that one special moment.
The final goal that we have, Lisa, your time to shine. And again, I have to say, you two clearly have a knack for scoring screamers, because this one is special. Charlton Capital Cup semi-final. Unfortunately, I will preface, we did lose the game, but this put us 2-1 up. And also the player who scored the 2 goals in the second half for Charlton, Kit Graham, now plays in the Women's Super League for Tottenham. So, read into that what you will, but it was a fantastic effort. And this is special. So Lisa, talk us through this one.
I probably the same thing. I didn't have time to think too much. I probably saw that the keeper was quite far out, and then I had the space for it. So I just took the chance, I think.
I mean, there's taking the chance, and then there's that, which is just an absolute rocket.
I was lucky that day.
Oh, I don't think there's any luck involved.
Every time it's been modest, it's like I was lucky, or I wasn't really thinking then. It can't be every time. I'm refusing to have it.
That wasn't luck. That is a 40-yard screamer.
Okay, we're ending with a quiz section. It's not really a quiz. It's similar to what we did last week. Essentially, Nick and we're going to ask you questions about members of the squad, and you are going to have to posit your answers against each other. So it'll be things like, who's the worst singer or something like that. And I'll ask Hayley first, and then Lisa can go second. Who is the most likely to have a Zoom blunder in the squad?
Does it have to be?
Does it have to be a player? It doesn't have to be a player.
It doesn't have to be a player, actually. Yeah.
Chris.
In what way?
Technology. Chris. Okay. Lucy, you remember the projector days?
Oh, please elaborate for us.
Yeah,
I need to.
that demands a bit of elaboration.
What are the projector days?
Chris does a presentation. We used to sort of see it on match day. It now comes out by email, which it allows us time to digest and everything. But yeah, he had this little projector that before each game we'd try and set up, and we'd have to try and find like this plain wall that we could show it on. But the thing just never worked, and it was always Ley that had to try and get it working. And
yeah, it was always the same thing. So it was this portable projector, and then it was his laptop. It was always the first issue was that there's no blinds in changing rooms. So you can't even see the projector. So that's the first issue. And then you need to get the projector right, because it was always upside down or like mirror. The whole thing was not correct. And then the third issue was always the laptop. He couldn't get where we had on his laptop the PowerPoint over to the projector. So yeah, always the same thing every Sunday.
I'm probably dropped now the next game back, but
Yeah.
hands down, Chris.
Who has the worst taste in music?
Everyone has really terrible music. It's been everything from Rick and Martin, or very like cheesy, sing along, Spice Girls, like, all of it. I think everyone has bad taste, really.
I love that answer.
That's definitely a winner.
Who has the worst music taste? Everyone.
It's like,
And
you're like, oh, it's such a hard question because everyone.
we'd all get like a song at the start of the season, and you could earn more songs, but you could also get people's songs taken off. So that was quite.
What was your song?
What was mine?
Yeah.
Sophie actually hated this because it scared her, but it was turned down for what?
It scared her.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, when it's playing loud, I mean, I'm not sure if I even really liked it, but it's not like.
It was more that it scared her.
Team, I was just like, I feel like I need a sort of upbeat song that. Yeah, I don't know. You search like football pump up songs, and that's always near the top.
Who is this? And I'm starting again with Hayley. Who is the scariest?
Is it you for your turn down for what?
Maybe Egg.
Ooh.
Just because like she is tough.
Ooh.
As in, if I was on the opposition, I'd be quite scared to play up against her because she will win a challenge, and yeah.
She loves a heavy tackle, doesn't she?
Yeah, and that sort of thing scares me a lot.
As a quick winger, always fear the heavy tackle.
Yeah. But obviously, Eggers is one of the least scary people on the pitch. Yeah.
That's good.
Closely followed by Naomi again. It's all shouting, and if you do shooting drills up against her, she shouts me.
That's the end of the episode, guys. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome.
so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
And a big thank you also to Nick Clay for joining me. Cheers, mate.
Oh, thank you, Xavi. Thank you for having me.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.